Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I want to tell you about Splinterlands. I'm going to explain in this video what this game is. If you already know my content and you love this game like I do, then this isn't for you. But I believe this moment in 2024 is the precipice of something where there may be thousands or tens of thousands of new interested parties coming to this space and not knowing what this is. I want an opportunity to explain why this game is revolutionary, why this game is special. And so if that sounds interesting, I invite you to stick around and stay tuned. Let's get into it. So I've covered this content before, and I've covered this game for years. I've talked at length about why I love this, why I play it, and why I've played it for I've played this game since January 2019. I'm 2 months away from 6 years. And not only have I played it for 6 years with joy in my heart, but I'm actually playing it now more than ever. And if that's the case, I guess I just want the opportunity to explain why. If you don't know what Splinterlands is, if you don't know why you should be interested, I want an opportunity to show you this game that I love. And so it starts here. It's captured my attention for 6+ years. It's a collectible card game where you have NFTs on the blockchain that are yours, and they carry utility within the game. They allow you to unlock blockchain rewards by winning with these cards, and those rewards can be themselves NFTs or can be cryptocurrency that you earn through your time and attention. The rewards are inconsequential on a daily basis, but across time can be very meaningful. And what I like to say is often the rewards are thought of as really trivial, but if you're here when bull markets affect token valuations, it's possible to see a retroactive raise on the assets you accumulate across many years. So you get these rewards. Maybe I get 10 to 15 or 20 SPS per battle. This is what a battle screen looks like. I selected my team on the bottom with my summoner and monsters. You can use one monster or up to 6 monsters, and they all have various different attack types. I'm using almost all melee with one magic monster and one range attack monster. And they have different abilities and synergies, and they work together in certain ways that you need to think through logically. This is the battle mechanic. This is the auto brawler experience within the game of Splinterlands, but this is a fraction of what the game actually is. The game itself is this battle, but then to get here, I had to do all kinds of game mechanics, like understanding economics, recognizing that I only have so much in-game assets. I have to allocate those in a logical way that allows me to get the most reward for the least investment. I have to play the marketplace and look for those people who are selling their assets at a relatively reasonable price point. Maybe I recognize value where others don't. All of that is the game within the game. So this is the battle, this is the brawl, and it is an automatic thing once I click submit on my team. But the complication is the building before that moment. I have to choose which cards I want. I have to control my allowance or my income in a way that makes sense, so I'm not spending my limited budget on too few assets that I can't move the needle. I need to be both the general manager as well as the coach. That's what this game is. And in so doing, I earned SPS, which is a 1 cent token right now in November 2024. And so I got 20 cents for that win. But if we understand that the SPS token has an opportunity to appreciate, and maybe if we dare to believe that it might appreciate dramatically across time, then we can understand that while it's a penny today, it doesn't mean I'm earning 20 cents for that win. The question is, when do you actually sell those tokens? Is it possible to wait until it returns closer to an all-time high where it used to be over $1? But I actually don't give it a 0% possibility that it does it. And so I'm holding my tokens for the fun of it, for the rewards they give me, plus that small opportunity that it might exponentially grow. And if it did grow, I didn't get 20 cents for that win. That victory was 20 SPS. The question is, what's the US dollar value of an SPS? So the battle mechanic is fun and entertaining. The challenge of understanding your collection of cards and building the best collection of cards is fun and entertaining. And then navigating the marketplace is so exciting and interesting because there's moments where people sell things for undervalue, and you can take advantage of that. There's moments where you have certain assets that are overvalued, and you recognize that and you sell into that moment. It's a game within the game. There's the battle mechanic with the rank experience, which I play every single day and have for 6 years. Then there's guild brawls, which is another type of battle mechanic where it's actually my team of people, we're called Time and Attention, and we fight against other guilds. And so there's more of a community aspect to this. Me and my 20 buddies come together and we fight against your 20 buddies, and whoever does better gets more rewards. There are financial rewards for this, plus there's bragging rights. You want your guild to be the best, you gotta grind in the guilds. And the guild brawls have a slightly different mechanic where you aren't necessarily playing in the same rules, subject to the same rules that you do within the rank experience. Within the guild brawl, you're probably going to look at different phrase, and maybe that might cap the level of the cards you're allowed to play with, or it introduces which certain leagues that you can only use certain card editions. And so here I'm on the bottom with this summoner that I rented. By the way, you can buy or sell these assets, these NFTs, but you can also rent them. So there's a possibility of an ROI from owning an asset and renting it. And so I borrowed this from somebody through the blockchain, totally trustlessly, with perfect safety for their asset. I can't damage it. I can't steal it. I get to borrow it for a certain predetermined amount of time for a certain value that was agreed. All of that is revolutionary. There's game that has ever existed that's grabbed your attention caught you because it was entertaining. This game is entertaining, and it has caught me for that reason. But beyond that, it's also there's a reward component. Whether you want to speculate on the future token price appreciation, whether you want to enjoy the rewards that they're giving you daily, like I said, SPS from the wins, plus you get cards that you get to collect and own that are given to you through your participation. These are reward cards that are handed out to you at the end of every season based on in-game resources that you achieve through each victory, and then that allowance can be spent on these cards. And these cards that carry a US dollar value, I own these cards and I can sell them today into the marketplace. So there's value opportunity, there's future potential, and there's this exciting game in the middle of it. It's both fun and rewarding. Beyond that, there are websites that can track some of the rewards that you've earned across time, and they can be very meaningful. The SPS, whether it's from the battles or SPS that used to be issued, that would be issued within chests, now it's slightly different. But these are reward cards, and they're yours to keep, to sell, to trade, to however you want to do, whatever you want to do with them. That's different. That's revolutionary. You're actually receiving reward in this game. Every other game you've ever enjoyed is fun, but it is not rewarding. This game is, or at least could be, rewarding. And that potential not being zero is absolutely revolutionary. So much so that you need to have a wallet within this game, and you need to track your SPS total, and that affects ultimately how much you are going to continue to claim, because the bigger the SPS bag you carry, the more reward you're going to earn from those battles within the game. And so you're incentivized to hold a big bag of SPS. But ultimately, if everyone is incentivized to hold SPS, and if the game is fun, you would imagine more and more people would hold SPS, locking it up and thereby driving the price higher. That's my expectation across a long time horizon with this token and for this game. The question that you need to ask if you're at all interested is, do you agree with the foundational suggestion that this game is fun, that it's rewarding, and that it will have a future? Because those three legs is the stool that I'm standing on. If you don't think it's fun, you won't enjoy the game. If you don't think it has a future, you shouldn't invest. And if you don't agree that these rewards are meaningful, then it won't carry your attention across many years. And the key with something like this is that it's never about days, weeks, months. It's only about the long-term horizon, and recognizing that if this game is going to be here in several years, and if I can enjoy the trivial daily rewards that I'm receiving and unlocking, then I can both have fun and wait and see and maybe hope that those moon missions are possible. You don't know that, and there's no promises of that, but it's possible. And meanwhile, I'm not even really thinking about that. I'm just enjoying the process at hand. The daily rewards are trivial, but they are also exciting. And they're fun to unlock, and they're fun to level up, and they're fun to utilize. And the battle mechanics is exciting. Beyond that, there's land mechanics, and there's constant updates and iteration to the card library, which creates like an evolving meta. There's this constant reassessment of what cards do I need and where do I allocate that value. That's where the general manager hat comes back. You can't afford everything, and you never will. So how do I buy the best and most meaningful assets that will move the needle significantly, allowing me to win more and collect more of these trivial daily rewards that across time can move the needle for me? So Splinterlands is a blockchain-based NFT collectible card game. But through that superficial understanding, you need to also glean that it is fun and rewarding. That's the revolutionary difference that this is offering that no other game is. And if you can review this and come to your own opinion about whether that's accurate, that it is fun and rewarding, and then lastly, that you believe it will have a future, that's going to be the thing that you're going to be able to grab onto and run with. That's been the thing that I've been able to hold on to for six consecutive years. I still play this game every single day. In fact, I play it now more than I ever have. And that's not just because my bags have gone up in value. Yes, they have. But it's ultimately because I still find joy in the process of creating my deck, in selecting and managing the tokenomics. What cards can I sell to buy other cards? What synergies are important? How is the meta evolving, and how can I grow and extract more reward by better understanding that process than you do? All of that is like, it's gamification of economics. And it's also wrapped within this video game that is fun. And if you've ever liked collecting cards, which I grew up with that history, then you know where that joy comes from. It's not, people just like it. There's this intangible quality to trying to go collect them all. And so I'm loving Splinterlands. I have for 6 years now, and I think you might too. If you've never seen this content before, you've never seen my channel before, I invite you to subscribe, because we talk about Splinterlands all day, every day, because it's changed my life. And I actually believe it might change yours. If that sounds interesting, stick around. Otherwise, just thank you so much for your time. Have an amazing day. God bless.